Once you go black, you never go back. This was just a saying to me until I experienced it myself firsthand. Once you go black, you never go back. This was just a saying to me until I experienced it myself firsthand.
Mad Boss Driver here. Brothers and the ladies and the haters that are most definitely watching. Yeah. So, a lot of drama. You know, shit just goes round and round and round. Round and round. You know, like a merry-go-round. Same lame ass arguments, same lame ass problems. Right? So, there's this white chick, Playboy model. This white chick, Playboy model, decides to wear braids. Long, Bo Derek type braids. You know, from the movie 10, Bo Derek braids. So this white woman wears these braids, and of course, who has a problem with that? Because, of course, a certain set of females believe that braids culturally belong to them. Even though people have been wearing braids in many cultures all over the world. But braids have to be synonymous with a certain set of females. Even though these broads themselves have perms in their hair, have their hair straightened, and have colored and dyed their hair in colors, and have their hair in textures that aren't naturally theirs. Many wearing weaves, many wearing wigs, extensions that do not represent their genetic heritage. But because a white chick wears braids, broads is out here set tripping. So the white chick makes another video going at the haters who are hating on her. Like she was going to make an apology video. And she just, says, psych a boo-boo, you can kiss my white ass. But of course you know, the BWs, a certain set of folks got to have to fall for the bait every single time. The broad didn't even say any particular ethnic group's name. Didn't say any females, any color of female's name. But, it hit dog hollers. These broads caught feelings. Everybody knows that a certain female acts like a dog in those cartoons where the dog is got a short attention span. All you have to do is be like, look, squirrel, and the dog turns to look, thinking it's, looking for the squirrel. All you have to say is white bitch. And a certain set of females will go cuckoo for vanilla puffs. Of course, they're also upset that she's with a brother. How dare she be with a brother? And look, she's kissing this black man. And look.
Oh, I better not see one response. She's baiting y'all, and you better not bite. She's trying to come up, and she done found her a good boy. You don't have to take the bait. Do you understand the assignment? Please respond in the comments.
He's not showing his face, so look, he's just a prop. All of this unnecessary drama. They out here yelling. They're like, oh, you know what? She's just trying to come up off of us. Yes, everybody is. You wonder why the community keeps getting, the community at large gets left behind, because it is a female-led, emotional-driven community. No logic. So therefore, any other group can come in and just straight up mine the gold mine of money out of that community because they just refuse to do better. They just refuse to do better. So many simps, armies of simps, armies like the armies of Xerxes. But instead of Xerxes being this tall, bald-headed Persian dude, Xerxes is the general bald-headed broad from Wakanda. With an army of simps in diapers, hell-bent on simping. You gotta understand, when you have a person that always is fixated on a particular group of people that hating on them, you gotta question that person's psyche, right? Right? They are fixated on these white chicks. Fresh and Fit has gotten demonetized, and in the video we have an attorney who's explaining the theories why Fresh and Fit got demonetized, and one of the things he has to do, and that's what you have to do if you want to get your channel numbers up, you gotta throw red meat to the racist base. So what he does, he wants to talk about how one of the gentlemen was making ape sounds in reference to Aber and Preach, and all the chicks that were sitting there, he has to point out that the white chick is the one that's laughing at the fact that the man is making the monkey sounds and calling the homie an ape or whatever it is. But when you go back and you look at the video, even when the video that he is displaying the short little segments, you can see that there's black chicks laughing too. Other chicks on the panel laughing too. Multiple black chicks grinning and laughing too. But damn all of them only look at that white chick. You see, this is what it is, because it is a pseudo matriarchy. It is a matriarchy backed by the state, because the man is not in the house, so therefore the check of welfare, Section 8, SNAP, all of that, WIC, whatever it is, replaces what the man could have provided. And so now they don't need a man, you ain't shit. So now the community is on a petty level where they're worried about a broad that they never knew in life wearing braids. And when the broad calls you out for questioning her wearing braids, you set trap. I told you years ago that these white chicks are going to start not being afraid of you questioning them being with a black man. They're not going to be afraid of wearing what they want to wear, dressing how they want to dress, dating who they want to date. You're not going to you're not going to, scare these girls like you could have back in the day. Many of them have hands. They can defend themselves. TikTok has done wonders in exposing the idiosyncrasies of different communities, the ingrained friction. Now folks is mad because these white chicks are talking the old cliche of once you go black, you never go back. Of course, they're saying, oh, it's a fetish. You guys are fetishizing black men. You fetishize. It's bad. You shouldn't like it. You brothers should be looking at them side eye. It's not love. It's lust. But this very same group of women will not and will refuse to get at the alphabet community and tell them that they're fetishizing their love because it's not love, it's lust. When they walk around with all that wild ass shit during the pride parades. Because they know them boys that are dressed as girls will throw hands. I mean, they're already on the defensive on what's a female and what's not. They're taking L's worldwide, and they consistently insist on making themselves look bad. That the average the average white chick walking around here plain Jane is outboxing them in looks. We're talking about how is it that the average is starting to look better than your 7s and 8s in the community. It's because in the community, the 7s and the 8s and the 9s, their behavior and what they wear, the bonnets, the nails, the clothing, the attitude, all of that brings the numbers down of attractiveness. But now that the average flat booty WW out here that you guys like to say, even though there's a large percentage of them with derrieres that'll make you question life. The average is out here beating you on a day-to-day basis. How is that? It's because the community is led by their mama. And their mama refuses to clean herself up because nobody can tell your mama that she is wrong. Your mama, I'm talking about the archetype. I'm talking about the females of the community. And it's too late. There's people out there trying on the internet. There's women out there trying hard to give you the cure. Trying hard to get you to understand your femininity. Kevin Samuels tried to do it. The stress cost him his life. Yes, the stress in that Red Bull, dealing with day-to-day, every day, wondering when the next shoe is going to drop, them hell-bent on trying to destroy this bad, trying to find every little detail, so he's got to worry about the celebrities and what's coming up next in the news, all of that, and then having to have the right patience dealing with these bimbos, these dumb bimbos every day, cost him his life. Yes, the Red Bull too. Brothers, it is not worth it. I know some of you listening to this is still holding out for hope. Listen, there's no guarantee that the black community is going to stay the black community like it is or like it was, or it's going to get back to the way it was, in the future. That's not mandated by God. Ask the Native Americans. They're damn near extinct off this place. And when you go to the reservations, you're trying to look for who's a native because many of them, their blood quantum has been diluted. So there's no guarantee that your African American ass, no matter how much you want to keep it real, is still going to be around as what you perceived as African American in 100 years. The trajectory going, if you were to invest in that, you're investing in a permanent underclass. 100 years from now, the folks will still be complaining about the same lame-o shit. Bum and busters and bums, walking the streets like dummies. Because their grandfather was Rolling Stone, wherever he laid his hat was his home. Bust his nut in a scraggle daggle. And that daggle followed the philosophy of a Sukihana, of a sexy red, of an Ice Spice, and had many kids she couldn't take care of, and her kids did the same, and thus this new bastard is born. 100 years from now, struggling in life? Do you want to doom your descendants? If not, you might want to do what the brothers you see in the video are doing. You might want to take the invitation. If they're openly telling you that they love you, they're openly telling you that something about you makes them want to stay with the dark side, you might want to take that invitation. Brothers, SYSBM, Mad Bus Driver out. And let me come back with a PS for that ass. Let me come back with a PS for that ass. You know, I try to reassess myself when I'm going about traveling and stuff like that. I try to reassess myself so that I don't, you know, have confirmation bias. So, you know, when you see a chick and you be like, okay, you know, I'm trying to be very fair on every single, like, you know, the chick that I would see and ranking, and then I would see another chick from different cultures, whatever it is. But, you know, it just keeps coming back to the numbers aren't there. The numbers aren't there. The average WW white broad that's walking the streets, the way she carries herself and things like that, is outperforming. She's overperforming what a BW should be at, the level that BW should be at a 7 and an 8. How is that? That's because the ones that are sitting at a 7 and an 8 bring themselves down in the quality, not just of their aesthetics, but their attitude on top of that shit. How they keep themselves, how they carry themselves, brings their numbers down. I know there's Simpsons gonna be hearing this, come here, man, you set tripping. But you know I'm not set tripping. You just don't like it because it attacks your mama. And you do not like somebody calling out your mama like that. Again, not your mama, the archetype, big mama, a man in a fat female costume. Rasputia, a man in a fat woman costume. Medea, a man in a fat woman costume. Right? Professor Clump's mom, a man in a fat woman costume. What do they have all in common? They're all black men in a fat woman's costume that can actually pass for women because the women are so freaking masculine that you can't tell these days who's a woman and who's a man.